Hello, everybody. Hi, it's Ruth here at Artful Stampin. Welcome to my channel. We're going to be doing some card making today using a previously stamped one sheet wonder. I came across something on Pinterest that looked really cool, and I just clicked on the link and just had a quick look at the tutorial done by a German Stampin' Up demonstrator about 10 months ago. And thought, I think I can do this. I think I can show it to you. But failing that, I will also put in the description, and if I do it now, I know I've done it. Not the description, I'll put it in the live chat, the link to that video. Actually, I might be able to edit. Hold on. I think I can do it now. I'm going to put it in the description. Video inspiration, I'll call it inspiration from here. I'll pop that in the description now, so I won't have to do that later. Anyway, thank you and welcome to my channel. If you've never been before, hello, hang about, see what we're up to. It's always great to have new folk on here. I'm just trying to find where I can see all my lovely commenters. Hello, Lisa, Glenna, Christine, Monica, Kenzie, hello, great to see you all. All right, so basically it's a fold where you make a card, then you make a card that's a bit smaller, and a card that's a bit smaller, and a card that's a bit smaller, and you kind of like stack them, and then you kind of like open them, but you can put some magnets in between the layers just to help it all be held together. So the actual kind of like measurements and execution of it is kind of like quite logical. So I'm hoping to be able to do that with you guys tonight. Is it warm here? No, it's actually a little bit cool, but the my jacket that I was wearing, it doesn't kind of really go. I mean, I've been wearing it today, but it doesn't go with my dress. This is the dress that I wore on Saturday to the. Oh yes, I've not told you about the hen do I went on. So yes, I'll tell you all about that in a second. But I wore this dress out, so I wore it on Sunday as well. And I went to get dressed this morning and thought it's not dirty. I'm just going to enjoy wearing it one more time before I put it in the wash, because trying to save a bit of the planet and all that, save a bit of water. It didn't need a wash, but so I thought you'd like to see it. So there we go, my dress. Right, let's get on with getting on. Hi Shaz, nice to see you. Yes, I did actually make. I don't know if the video is on my Artful Crafting channel of the bracelet I made to go with it. Yeah, the colours are really nice. I like it. Okay, let's begin. So to start off with, you need to kind of create your card base using numbers that are really easy. And if it helps, you kind of want to start off with the smallest one first. That makes sense? So, I know what. Before I do that, I'm going to draw it out, because it makes sense to draw it out. Right, 1, 2, 3. I think there's about 4 layers. So if that layer is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's a bit much. We'll go for that. One, two, three, four. Okay, this will all make sense in a second, I promise. Okay, so my base card is going to be 10 by 14, and then in half, and then the next one is 12 by 8. So let's do the first one first. So 14 centimeters. Now, if you were to do this in inches, I would go down half an inch every time. That's kind of the way I do it. And just score 10. There we go. All right, so that's the first one. Then what's the measurement across there? So I could do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could do the second one, which is 10 by 6. So that's 10 by 12. So cut at 10. Score at 6. Cut at 12. So that's the largest and the second largest. And then, oh, maybe I don't need to do that smallest one. 4 by 8. I'm just going to double check and see how many layers she did, because I think I've done too many. Okay. Right, so just one more in between. Let's see if I've got any scrap. That'll be enough. No, that's definitely not. That's too scrappy. All right, I'm just going to cut another piece. So this is Mossy Meadow that I'm using. And when you see the stamped one sheet wonders that I'm going to use, you'll go, oh yes, that goes. Right, so my next one needs to be 8 by 12. That's not actually 8 by 12, it's 16 by 12. So I'm going to cut at 12. Score at 8. Now, the method, the person that I've got the inspiration from, the method they used for doing the decorative panels is very different from the way what I'm doing. So I'll explain it, and I'd like to do it that way another time, but for the sake of this evening, because we ended up with someone visiting, and then I've been packing for a class tomorrow, so I just needed to grab something that I could just do very quickly on this live. So basically what is meant to happen is that you have panels then of cards that are just a little bit smaller than these ones that I've cut here. And what you do is you lay those cards on top of each other, and then you stamp the whole lot in one go, and then you stick all the different panels onto the different sizes. But I'm not going to do that today because I've got some stamped one sheet wonder here that I'd like to use. So I've got this one from way back from a class that I did. This is the water class. And now if anyone's interested, I have scheduled a water class in which I show you the techniques of how to do this. Actually, no, sorry, this is the shimmer class, isn't it? The shimmer, you need to have the shimmer cardstock, shimmer water class. And then this one was stamped way back when we had that whale and dolphin, oh no, it's whales, stamp set still available. So I thought the colours kind of worked really well together, especially as we're going to have panels of green in between as well. So I'm going to take my, do I want to finish it with one of these on here? Or maybe I'll just save that for the wonder whether I'll just save that for the... I could just put the sentiment on there, couldn't I? Oh well, I'm just going to get cutting and hope for the best. So I want to cut this one then. So this is the first panel. Oh no, that's not the first panel. This is the first panel. So this one measured 10 by 14. So I'm going to cut this at 13 and a half. Ooh, don't move. Oh, the because I used water on it, the cardstock's a little bit wavy. So it's wanting to flip up to meet me. Right. So that's the panel that will go on there, like that. So then this panel, I want this one. And what would be quite fun is to actually put panels on the inside as well. So I'm going to do that. That was the 12 one, so let's do 11. Oh, let's just double check what that measurement is. 7.5. Oh no. Oh, I'm forgetting measurements. Right, 11.5. Sorry, I'm not looking at comments. I will look up in a second. Might be a nice one to pop onto that one, wouldn't it? So this would be 3.5 by 7.5. So if I just cut it so I can see the top of that whale then. 3.5. Okay, so that one can go on there. Then back to this panel, and it's 5.5 by 9.5. Oh, perfect. Okay, so when it comes to constructing and putting the magnet on then, I need to put a magnet on the front there and a magnet on the back there. So I'm going to do that now. Hi, Anne. What was the question about selling? Ruth, yes, Shaz, you can sell whatever you want at the moment because you're not a demo. Yep. So I've missed out on loads of comments. Oh, Kenzie, I'm just reading about your water advisory. I'm just reading Monica's. I sorted out all my stamps again. I'm shocked at how many I have. Yeah, and you can blame me for every single stamp set, Shaz. um, if I count what I've bought, my teeth would fall out. That's so funny. Yeah, Shaz, currently you can sell absolutely whatever you want. Yep, because you're not a demo. So I'm going to have to explain all that in a minute, because anyone who's listening and like thinking, Ruth, what is Ruth on about? I'm going to have to explain that in a sec. But let me just do this bit of sticking and then I'll talk a bit more. Right, so while I'm sticking this down, I'll tell you about my weekend. So as you know, it was my daughter-in-law to be. I'm still getting used to saying that. My daughter-in-law to be had her little hen gathering of her sisters, and so she's one of four sisters, and her mum and myself and May. We went and met up in Hay-on-Wye, which some of you have heard me talk about Hay-on-Wye before. It is the town of books. It's amazing. She is an absolute bookworm, so I'm so glad to welcome her to our family. And we arrived, and her sister kind of took hold of proceedings and had asked us to do things prior to going, which I couldn't tell you about because, you know, just in case she was watching. So she'd organised a gift from us all. Hadn't quite arrived, but she will be getting it, and we've got her a book embosser, one of those embossers where you put your page in and it just embosses the page, and it says, like, from the library of her name, but her going to be new name, Magnus name. And now I'm not sure if I'm doing this right, if I'm sticking this the correct way, because I haven't double checked which way this is all going to open up. So I know what, I'm a bit paranoid now, I'm not doing this right. So the idea is that gets stuck on there, that goes like that, that goes like that. That one goes like that. Let me just double check how many layers this lady did. Oh, she did 4. One, two, three, 4. I need to watch her open that up. See how it works. Hold on, I'm just watching this again because I'm like, oh, okay. So what she did was, it was that way, then that way, then that way. Okay, yeah, I was doing that correctly. Oh, right. Thank you for your patience, everybody. So that goes over the top like that, the right way up, with the fold line at the top. Okay, then that's going to open up, but before I stick that onto there, I need to stick on my little section. So I'm going to choose which one I prefer. Do I prefer that one or that one? I think I prefer that one. And it also means that if I stick that on the inside, I could put a message, and that's a bit lighter to look at, isn't it? The other thing I need to check is how strong my magnets are, because the tutorial I followed, the lady also put a magnet on the inside of the card, like at the base of the big card, so it all clips shut. So I need to see how many layers will the magnets still magnetize. Yeah, it will do there. I don't know if it will. Oh well, let's keep going. We'll see. Take that off. So, what was I telling you? So the embosser didn't arrive, but that's fine. We gave her an envelope that told her what she was getting. Then everyone gave her a gift, and so I gave her that lovely little folio that I made last week from the paper pumpkin kit with the label, the tags and things. And we had a very nice lunch. I had a lamb burger, which was very tasty. And then we were all instructed to go round the town and to the various bookshops and all buy her a book. So she also gave some suggestions of perhaps what books or authors or whatever she would like. So off we went then to explore the town and find a book for her. So it was really funny. There was like a combination of not wanting her to see what books we'd bought her, but also trying to watch and see what books she was looking at to see if we wanted to buy a book that she was looking at. So it was just this like weird kind of spying, constant spying going on, and who was looking at what and stuff, and not letting each other. Oh, anyway, it was fun. So then we then had to. I know what, I'm going to stick a magnet behind here because I think all the layers of cardstock, it's not quite reaching through, so I'm just going to put one on there. Yes, so the bridesmaid in charge, she had a spare bag, a bag that said may contain books on it. And we all had to then put the book that we'd purchased into the bag, which she was then presented with. We stopped off for a drink, and she was then presented with and had to look at all the books that we bought her and guess who had purchased which book. And she did ever so well. She managed to get them all right except mine and one of her sister's choices. She got muddled up between the two. So when we said, well, her sister said, oh yes, you've got them all right except you've swapped, two people have basically swapped. She then swapped them, the correct books, and she absolutely nailed it. She figured it out. She deduced from like the people's choices and discussions she'd had, and things like her and her mum had been watching a particular TV program at home, so she said, oh, so there was a book that her mum bought that was related. I was like, oh, Chelsea, it's great. It's very, very sweet, and it was just such a lovely day for her because she's not super into partying and whatever, and she it was just like the best sort of day for her, just quietly going around bookshops. And so then after because we had a little bit of a time limit in terms of having to catch trains and do various things, we had like another half an hour, we had a half an hour, and we said, right, well, she said, well, actually, now I know what books you've purchased for me. There are some books that I wanted to go back and buy. So let's see if we can go find them. So I said, right, well, tell us what books you want. We can go look at different shelves. So there were some additional things that she was able to purchase that she'd seen that we hadn't bought for her. So it all worked out very, very well. Very pleasant day. And we all want to go back again because a few hours is not enough at all to go there. Right, this is coming on. Now, I'm wondering if place a magnet there. No, that's not stuck down yet, but I'm just checking that this works. And then that will go up as well. or can I get away with? Well, I might be able to get away with that, just having it on the back. I guess I could have it on. Alright, I'll do that in a second. I'm going to stick this layer down first. Okay, then I'll stick that onto there. This would actually be quite a fun one to do in class. It takes a bit of prep, but I might do this for July's class and do the whole system where you stamp on all of the sheets. So just back to, I was trying to explain it earlier, but there's a technique where you pre-cut all the decorative panels, but in just plain white or vanilla. Then you stack them up and then you stamp over the whole lot in one go. So then everything will then match together. That makes sense? Now, obviously, I've just matched it by the colour scheme, by using things in the colour scheme. But yeah, so that's another option. And if you watch the video, you'll be able to see how that works out. Right, so let's have a look here. So I mean, that will stand up like that. And then I'm just going to stick that on the back there. Or do I want it to close? I could do it the other way. Where, get that way. Close that down on it. Oh, excuse my fingernails. I painted them for Saturday over the top of the stuff that my sister had put on, and then I've been picking off what my sister did, and yeah, they're a mess. They're a hot mess. There we go. Right, that piece was going to go on the inside of... Right, what am I doing? That one there. For a bit of fun. So, just back to what Shaz was asking about selling Stampin' Up product. I just need to explain that question. So, I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator. That means I have a contractual relationship with Stampin' Up to sell their products. Part of that contract means that Stampin' Up only sell, apart from a couple of items in the US, or 2 or 3 items in the US, they only sell their Stampin' Up catalogue products through demonstrators, like myself, who have a contract with them. But that does mean that I am not allowed to carry stock apart from adhesives and kits. So I'm not allowed to say buy, I don't know, 10 ink pads like this and then sell them when I want to. I can buy them for myself to use myself, but I can't hold stock to sell just in case someone turns up at my house and says, oh, can I have a soft seafoam ink pad? What I can do though is if someone says, can I have a soft seafoam ink pad, I can order it on their behalf from Stampin' Up and I will gain the commission for that. So when you're wanting, if you're wanting to sell off products that are current, you're basically not allowed to do that unless you are not a demonstrator anymore, because that means you don't have a contract with them that says you can't do it. So Shaz was asking, because Shaz is currently not a demonstrator, and she was asking, am I allowed to do that? And yes, of course she is. Even though she is planning to be a demonstrator again, it's not the point. The point is that she doesn't have a contract with them right now. So she's allowed to do that. Right, I want to pop another piece of this in here somewhere. Also, I've got a little spare piece of that could go in there. That might be quite nice. Have it on that side there. And a piece there. So, I just put a plain piece of white, I think, just in there for writing. I'll just see if I've got a spare bit at the moment. It's a bit mangled, but I sometimes have spare bits already cut. Yes, no. Nope, I didn't. Okay. Oh, what's that? Oh, no, not that bit. I've got a little bit of scrap in here. Which one was the bride in the pic? Oh, the one that had the veil on. She was wearing a white dress. And she should have had a veil. We all wore sashes that said Team Bride. And actually, she had so many people coming up to her saying congratulations, or even people coming up to not us, but sorry, not me, but some of her sisters saying, "Oh, congratulations!" And when we stopped for coffee, someone in the queue while we were waiting asked her sister, and he said, "Oh, I'm getting married in 6 weeks," because she's getting married in 5 weeks. So yeah, it drew quite a lot of attention. And someone said, "Oh, what a lovely idea! What a nice thing to do!" And it was explained what we were doing, and it was very pleasant. And so my sons went, my second eldest and third eldest sons went down to be with Luke at his new place that he has moved into, and then his bride will be moving into. And they had just fun hanging out and playing games and whatever. So I think I'm just going to keep going and using up as much of this stamped one sheet wonder as I can, really. I'm just going for it. I'm just going to. Actually, this could be. Oh, I've just remembered. It's Father's Day. Although, see, I always feel a bit bad. I need to make a card for my dad and my father-in-law that's usually roughly the same. Like, I couldn't send it one of these and then not the other. And I obviously can't make this again because this is using up stamp one sheet wonder. So, alright, this will just have to be a birthday card for somebody, I think. I've got enough to do that bit there. Bit to do. Oh no, I was going to do. I wonder if I can do a bit more of that there. Yeah, let's see a bit of this. I'll been doing a bit of re-inking today because I realised that some of my ink pads have got rather dry. So because I'm going to be using them tomorrow, I was like, ooh, re-ink. How many suns do I have? 3. I've been on Safari and Masai Mara with my son and daughter-in-law on their honeymoon. Oh, lovely. Very nice. Was that, which country did you go to for that? Right, what am I doing? That's done, that's done. That needs doing and that needs doing. Right, I said I was going to put that panel in there, didn't I? No, it's not going to quite fit. Just, nope. I think I'll leave that, do that bit plain, because I did think of putting the sentiment on there, didn't I? But I've gone for the nice big whale. So the sentiment you can just pop in there, can't it? Right, has anyone made one of these cards before? Am I just like the last person to jump on this bandwagon? I'd want to go, oh, I've made these already. I have 4 but no daughter. Oh, Kenya, yeah. The signal's better. Yeah, depends which part you're in, I guess. Oh, no. Yeah, it's not always better, I have to say. I had a trustees meeting with the folk in Kenya on Saturday, and yeah, it's although I was on a train, so my signal was terrible, but yeah, the Kenyan signal's not always. Oh no, see now I think that's too thick now. It's not. It's like the magnet's not quite. Oh, just barely. It's barely getting there. I just had to crease it a bit more, but. Right, is that every single oh no, 1 panel to go, then I'm done. Make sure I get this right, size right. Ah, this is the 9.5 one. Just 5.5. Yep. Right, we're coming to the end of the video now, everybody. So if you want to start saying your goodbyes, I am not going to hang around for too much longer because I have got a class in the morning, and I think I'm packed, but I haven't done that kind of proper go through in my head what I need and have I packed it list yet, which I might do in the morning. I'll go to bed now and do that in the morning. Right, so, oh, wrong way around. Ta-da! This is my pyramid card, which I've been wanting to do for a while, although I'd like to have a go doing the square one, not the rectangular one. I think the square one, the maths is a bit easier. Right, so there we go. It's very satisfying. Right, have I done every layer? Yes, I have. Yes, so I really like the fact that I found those two Stamp One Sheet Wonders that had some crossover colours in it that just worked really well. And in a way, that by putting those two together, that foliage almost looks like seaweed, doesn't it? Even though probably when I made it, I wasn't thinking seaweed, but it kind of just works, doesn't it? So that's worked out really well. So there you have it. So if you want to figure out how to do it yourself, basically figure out the size of card base that you want to start off with, and I would choose simple whole numbers like I did. So this measures in centimeters 10 by 14. So let's just have a quick think as to how that would work in inches if you wanted to do inches. So that's 5.5 by 4. So you could take that down then to 4.5 by 3, 4 by 2, 2.5, and then, oh, it's getting stuck to the magnet, and then 3 by 1.5. So yeah, just take it down half an inch each time. But that is very pleasant to look at. I love how the colours have worked out, and the satisfaction of just opening it is just fabulous. I was not expecting that level of satisfaction. Like there's a little pop, ta-da! And then you've got all those lovely layers and you get to see all the lovely imagery. It's a great way to show off a Stamp One Sheet Wonder. I'm always on the lookout for cards to help you go, I'm going to use that Stamp One Sheet Wonder that I stamped months ago. Because if you're as addicted to stamping One Sheet Wonders like me, you have a pile. So there we go. Inches are easier this time. What? Not making a class? No, you don't need a class on this. I don't think you do. I've just shown you, haven't I? I mean, could if you're really desperate, but I think you'll be fine. It's just loads of measurements, really. Yes, so then the layers would then go down by, I don't know, it depends how thin or thick you want your layers, really. But there we go. Yes, so pleased I spotted that on Pinterest. Really lovely one for the archives. And I will probably plan my July workshop around this and do that stamping technique for the front cover, but then maybe add some DSP, I think, for the inside. I'm not gonna, yeah, and make that one nice big project to do. Yeah, there we go. All right, my lovelies. Tomorrow, what are you making? Ooh, well, I can give you a little sneak peek. I've just got a few piles of things here. Hold on, just move some stuff aside. That's what I do. I just sort of pile everything up. Oh, I'm going to do, you've seen me do this already, but I'm basically going to do a variation of this. So I have fewer people coming this week than normal, so I haven't actually done a massive crib sheet on this one for them. They're going to get a card base with a piece of wood grain DSP and then stamps and dies to do this sort of floral arrangement. So you've seen me do that on a video already. Then the other two cards you have not seen me do, but I will do at some point because I'm really pleased how it turned out. How would you put it? Right, so I guess you could put it in the envelope like this, but stands like that. But what I've done is use that gorgeous landscape paper and cut it into 3 panels, and then done additional stamping onto it. So this is about how to stamp onto the DSP to create a bit of a scene, and then also stick a few. Now this is a retired little punch that I've got from years ago, Stampin' Up punch, just to add some little flowers. So I'm really pleased how that turned out. So pretty. And then the other one is using some of that lovely citrus blooms paper. Now I did discover, because I hadn't realised this, that the dies in this suite, they only cut out the oranges, they don't cut out the lemons, which does make sense because the imagery on the stamps are the oranges and not the lemons. So just to let you know that the die does cut out the oranges from the paper, the orange cluster. And so we're going to stamp, and what we're going to do, yeah, so we're going to stamp a background, then stick the DSP on, and then cut that out using the die. And I've also pre-cut for them so that they're not all huddling around the machine. I've already pre-cut some of these lovely leaves out, which I haven't used on a live yet. It's from a different stamp set, different bundle. So just a quick reminder, some of the bundles are on offer at the moment. You get an additional 10% off. Thank you. That's a high level card. Oh, thank you. It kind of just, yeah, I get now a Pinterest inspired this one actually. It wasn't this, oh, sorry, the other one. Thank you. It was more of a typical size card. I've played with the dimensions of it, and I've added this additional bit. But I stamped this background with that leaf set that I cut up last week, you know, the big leaf set, and it's just fab for creating a background. And that botanical, that is it, botanicals one that I've cut up as well. So yeah, really happy zingy colours, aren't they? Yeah, they're great. Yes, so anyone who's coming to class tomorrow, although they're probably all in bed, bless them, they won't be watching this. They might watch it in the morning. But yeah. Right. I want to go to your class. Oh, Shaz. Me too. Thank you for your lovely comments and hanging out with me. That is a good title name. It would be good if you could tag the sets you are focusing on in a live for searching purposes. Well, funny enough, Kenzie, I actually generally I do go back and edit the description. And if you go to my channel and search for a stamp set, it should come up with the videos including that stamp set, because it's in the if it's listed in the description. So if it isn't, then I can do it at my end, and I then can send a link, I think, with them all in. But I think you can do it. You just go to that person's, yeah, you just need to go to their channel and search, and because I've listed it, it should turn up. Yeah, I don't know if you could do that. Right, thank you everybody. Now I am going to try and scoot off to bed. Oh no, I'm going to write my list. No, this is what I do. I write my list. Where's my, get my nice pencil. I bought some new leads for it as well. Right, so this is what I do before I go. So I need grid paper, a cleaner. I've got the blocks and everything packed, I think. So catalogue, diary, all my spare adhesive. I've got my grey bag. So my grey bag that I had from on stage has got all my my payment system. It's got my spare glues and everything. So that's that. Then I've got the cut and emboss machines. Oh, trimmer. I need the trimmer for that. Got the inks, blocks, etc. Done that. What I'm not doing for tomorrow, which I normally do, is I photograph and do a crib sheet. But because there's not so many people going, I'm going to be able to get around. I'm just going to split the group up into 2, not 3. So I'm not going to do a crib sheet for tomorrow. What else? Oh, friend has got some envelope. Oh, that's all right. That's all down there. All right, that's it. I'm going to bed. I don't think there's anything else. Right. Thank you for watching, everybody. Oh, magnet. Christina Werner is having a group getaway in Hawaii. Nice. Do you read the YouTube comments? Yes, I do. Yep. What was I going to say just then? Oh, I use Mossy Meadow cardstock. Mossy Meadow cardstock and white cardstock. And I don't need magnets for tomorrow, Glenna. This I think I'll do for July's class, which I will need magnets. Yeah, I have got loads of magnets, so it's all good. So, oh, this is so satisfying. Right, I'm going to go. The dies. Oh, the dies. Yes, I think I have packed those, but I will double check tomorrow. So, I know what, I'm just going to put kits 1, 2, and 3, and then dies. Yeah, we'll do that. Thank you. Okay, if I come across other videos that aren't tagged, I will drop a comment. Oh, yes, for sure. So if you go into a video and in the description it says, list of products coming soon, comment, and then I'll go and sort it out. Yes. Yes, I get notifications when people comment on my videos. So, yeah. Thank you, everybody. Have a great evening, morning, night, wherever you are. Thank you for hanging out. I think what I'm doing tomorrow evening. Hi, Jen. Hi, bye, Lisa. I'm trying to think if there's something else. No, that was it. All right, my lovelies. Good night. Good night.